Thank you
my
very
pleasure.
much.
I enjoy doing.
Thanks, Joe.
That concludes this hour of our Give Day Tampa Bay webcast, but stay with us. There are a number of outstanding groups yet to come.
Over 550 nonprofits who are participating in Give Day touch people's lives in hundreds of different ways. Now, here are a couple of outstanding organizations who are truly making a big difference in Tampa Bay.
I had done bobcat rehab and release since I was 17 years old, but in my 30s I ended up at an exotic animal auction, and the person next to me was bidding on a bobcat. And when I turned to him and said, when that cat grows up, she's going to tear your face off, he said, oh, I don't care. I'm a taxidermist. I'm just going to club her in the head in the parking lot. And so we came home with that bobcat, and her name was Winsong, and she is the founder and the beginning of Big Cat Rescue. In addition to the work that we do to try and preserve these animals in the wild, Big Cat Rescue is known globally for trying to end the trade in these animals so that there's no need for a place like ours to exist. The one thing we hear more than anything else on the tours at Big Cat Rescue is, I had no idea. And usually what people are referring to is that they had no idea that so many of these lions and tigers are ending up in backyards and basements all across America. The main driver for that is that people will pay to have their picture made with a cute little cub. And that cub's only cute and cuddly for a few weeks. And then once it gets too big, they're usually given away to people who are totally unprepared to take care of a cat that could grow to be 700 pounds. And as soon as that cat starts getting too big, that's when we get the call, please come get this out of my house. In addition to the work that we do to giving lifetime care to the animals that we've rescued and the rehab and release, the main thing that Big Cat Rescue does that no other sanctuary does is that we devote time and energy and resources to ending the problem, changing the laws, changing the way USDA allows these cub handling schemes to happen. And so by making that difference, we will be saving thousands of animals who never end up being abused and neglected.
Primarily what our agency offers to people in the Tampa Bay area is information and education and support about how to be the most confident and competent parents that they can be for their children, whatever the children's ages. One of the programs that we provide is our educational puppetry program, which we offer throughout the Hillsborough County in partnership with the Hillsborough County Public School System. And the third graders are taught about child abuse and neglect, and the fourth graders are taught about stereotyping and bullying and alternatives to violence. After every one of those shows, which touched the lives of more than 25,000 children in last year alone, we have those children write letters to the puppets. And the words of the children are always the most inspiring to me, and I want to read you some of the things that they said. They're very straightforward, and they get right to the point. So here is what an 8-year-old child said to a puppet after learning about child abuse and neglect. She said, "Stop the circle of abuse and tell a responsible adult so that torture stops now." Another 8-year-old in third grade said, "I'm a big fan. Thanks for telling me what is abuse and what is not abuse. What I learned is very important. Say no, then go and tell a responsible adult." By the same token, with our fourth graders, where we teach them about issues of bullying, one child said, "I got bullied and felt like my life was over. You said it's okay to tell my mom. Thanks. You helped me sleep at night." We believe that the best use of our time is to work with any family, anywhere, regardless of the family circumstance, to get them the best information and the best support so that they learn really how kids tick. What we've learned after 35-plus years is that every family faces challenges, so the smartest thing for us to do is help any parent who's interested in becoming a more informed, more confident, more supported parent. Just get the information and the support that they need so that they can do their best and not feel alone and not feel bad about making mistakes. That's what we think we're here for, is to help parents feel confident and competent.
Welcome to Give Day Tampa Bay 2016, live from the WEDU studios at the Berkman Family Broadcast Center.
Good afternoon and welcome to Give Day Tampa Bay 2016. My name is Geoff Simon and I'll be your host for the next hour of our live streaming webcast. We are here at the WEDU studios in Tampa with representatives from some of over 550 nonprofits who are participating in Give Day Tampa Bay. The theme of Give Day is Live Here, Give Here. And making a donation is a quick and easy thing to do. Just log on to givedaytampabay.org and search for your favorite charity from our list of participants, and there are a lot of great ones there. When you hit the donate button, you will fill in your credit card information and make your secure gift. The minimum donation is only $25, so Give Day will be going on until midnight tonight, and we believe, and we'll be live streaming from 11 a.m. this morning, believe it or not, all the way to 7 p.m., so there's more to come. In the next hour, I'll be talking and listening to various nonprofit groups who are making a big difference in Tampa Bay. And so right now we are here with Lee Detman, who you're here from Shriners Hospital of Tampa Bay, is that right?
Yes, hi.
Hi, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are a patient advocate for Shriners. Tell us about Shriners and tell us about being a patient advocate.
Shriners Hospitals is an orthopedic hospital for children all the way from birth to 18 with orthopedic or burns. And they're just an amazing group of people that try to make the best effort to help children with different disabilities to have the best lives they possibly can.
How many Shriners hospitals are there?
There are 22 hospitals. There are 20 in the U.S., 1 in Canada, and 1 in Mexico.
Now, a lot of people see Shriners at parades and they have those really interesting hats, but people don't realize that the Shriners Hospital is actually a very important research institution, and it also provides health care for people regardless of their ability to pay.
Absolutely. The guys in the funny hats that you see at parades are the Shriners. They're the fraternity that supports the hospitals, and they're the ones that are the big supporters and donators that make running the hospital possible and being able to do all the research and medical advancements that the hospital is able to do.
How important has it been in your life?
Oh, it's been crucial. I mean, I have brittle bone disease, and many told my parents when I was born that I wouldn't survive, I wouldn't make it, I wouldn't be able to have a successful life. And through the help of Shriners, I'm here, I'm happy, I'm a straight-A student, I'm a sophomore, and I love life, and I love being able to give back to the hospital that helped me.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, we have one of your fellow patient advocates here with us today, and that is Jessica Vickers. And Jessica, you are too a patient advocate, which means Shriners has been helping you during your life. Tell us about your involvement with Shriners.
I've been a patient for since I was 10, and this is kind of my way of giving back by performing. So I'm going to sing a little song to kind of show how us patients feel. Is that okay?
Go for it.
If you
Jessica, tell us a little bit about where you go to school and what Shriners has done for you over the years.
Okay, I go to school. I live in Gainesville, so it's kind of a drive to come out to Tampa. But I go to school at Newberry Christian Community School out there. And I was born with, let's see if I can say this right for once, genu valgum, which is like the proper term for knock knees. And it kind of like varies in severity, and some people need surgery, some people don't. And I've had 5 knee surgeries with the Shriners Hospital, and thanks to them, I can like play soccer, and I'm the team captain and all of my team now, and I'm very grateful for that.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for that wonderful performance. We're going to be back with more Give Day in just a moment. All right, we are back, and we are here with more guests, and this is really going to be an exciting afternoon. The studio is filling up with guests. And our next guests are two very interesting folks from an organization located here in Tampa called Are You Safe? And our guests are Miriam Velez-Valkenburg and Rachel Rudin. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you here. So tell us about Are You Safe?
Are You Safe is a nonprofit 501c3. It was created in 2009, and we provide free legal services to victims of domestic violence, including children.
I see.
In addition to what Miriam means by free legal services is that we actually help them complete the paperwork necessary in order to obtain a restraining order and also actually attend that final hearing with them. Miriam and I are both family law attorneys, and we've seen the need in our community firsthand, and this organization really allows us to be able to partner attorneys, volunteer attorneys, to go with these victims into court, which can be a very scary experience.
Tell us what the genesis of it was, because this is a serious, serious problem.
Well, Miriam is actually one of our founders. She started the organization along with Natalie Baird. Was it in 2009?
It was co-founded by Jason Valkenburg, my husband, Natalie and Corey Baird, and myself in 2009 because of the overwhelming need for assistance. We are all four attorneys, and we were trying to figure out how can we give back to the community. Natalie Baird herself is a survivor. She was a victim of domestic violence, and it really was a priority for her to give back to the community in this regard, and that's how Are You Safe was developed, for attorneys wanting to do something for the community. Since 2009, we've provided thousands of pro bono legal services to the community.
And we haven't turned anyone away in the past year. We also provide, in addition to legal services, we also provide mental health counseling for our victims. We partner with a lot of mental health counselors who are able to provide that. And we also provide educational seminars free to people in the community, different organizations in the community who would like to learn more about this and how we can prevent domestic violence before it even starts.
Well, this is really a life and death issue. There's no question about it. So how do you get the word out about your organization, and how do you get funded?
Right now we get funded just through donations and grants, but we rely on the charity of our community to give us the money that we need in order to stay operable. We do have various events throughout the year. We have a golf tournament, a charity golf tournament that's coming up actually this Friday. We have a brochure if you're interested. There's some open spots
show
still.
The brochure. Tell us about the event. Where's it going to be, and how can people find out about it?
Sure.
Because it's this week, right?
It is. It's this Friday. It's at Cheval Country Club. And if you'd like some more information, you can visit our website, which is www.r-u-safe.org, and get a little bit more information about the golf tournament. And then we also have what's called a Purple Party, and that's in September.
Yes, and the Purple Party is generally a silent auction, and we have a keynote speaker as well during that time frame. And it's held in September and October in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is held in October. But just so that you know some of the stats, which are astonishing, 1 in 4 women will be victimized, will experience domestic violence during her lifetime. 1 in 7 men will experience domestic violence. And elderly abuse is extremely high. So the statistics for elderly abuse is astonishing within the last 5 years, how that has increased. So Are You Safe provides assistance to the elderly, to children. We've had a number of overwhelming cases. having to find experts to assist us in court and represent minor children and their rights.
Is it not the case that a lot of people who are victims of domestic violence don't come forth, and that's part of the problem? It's the awareness and the fear of coming forth.
Absolutely. It's very true.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that we believe in advocating and educating, empowering victims of domestic violence so they can be safe and that they can live a safe life with their children.
Well, we are so glad that you came here to be part of Give Day Tampa Bay. That's Are You Safe, Inc., and you can find it on the web at the web address
www.r-u-safe.org.
Thank you for being here
You're
today.
welcome. Thank you for having us.
Okay, we'll be right back. right, we are back here at Give Day Tampa Bay, and we have 3 human guests and 3 canine guests. So we are here with Paws for Friendship, and we're delighted to have you here as part of Good Day. You're Linda Roth, Isabella Acampora, and Jill Brown. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Are you staff or are you volunteers?
We're all volunteers. It's an all-volunteer agency. Nobody gets a salary. It's just all volunteer work.
Fantastic. How many, where is it located, and how many different branches do you have?
The international headquarters is headquartered here in Tampa. We have 243 chapters throughout the whole world.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're very big. And when did the organization start?
What was it? 1993.
And started where? What part of the country?
Omaha, Nebraska, by a rescued Great Dane, and the president that we have now, they started it.
And what was the idea when things got started?
The owner, or the president, her parents were in a nursing home, and I think that's what started it for her, as she wanted to give back with her big Great Dane. And the Great Dane, you know, they go in, they wag their tails, they're so happy, and people just love that. It just makes everybody feel good.
Well, tell us about your involvement in the community, Isabella.
Yeah, my involvement with Paws for Friendship is to take my dog to all different convalescent homes, senior homes, and we do go to the schools, and the dog just loves it, and the people just really, really love it. It makes a huge difference in their life. Some of them had dogs before, don't have them anymore, and the dog just brings a smile to their face.
So it's really a form of therapy. It is. Yeah. So Jill, tell me about your dog.
My dog is Sugar. She's an Australian Shepherd, just celebrated her 6th birthday, and she was wild when I first got her. I never thought about therapy for her. You know, they are known for agility, but she calmed down and loves attention, loves to perform and do tricks. So we do some reading programs through libraries, and we also visit colleges. We were just at St. Pete College for finals week to help them de-stress for their final exams, and she just really likes to bring smiles to everybody's face.
Now, you say she does tricks. What kind of tricks?
Well, do you want to see?
Love to.
Okay. Sugar, you want to perform? Come here. Come show them your weave. This is everybody's favorite. Sugar Shucks, come on. Come on. Keep coming. Keep coming. Girl. Wait, Shugs, let's take a bow. Take a bow for him. Good bow. Good girl. Good girl. You want to give him a high five? Sit. High five. High five. Good girl.
All right. Wonderful. That's great. So how does the organization raise funds, and how do you raise awareness?
We raise funds just by donations, and all the donations go to pay for the insurance that we have when we go out and visit, and for office costs. Nobody gets a salary, so that's how we do it, and just generous people that help us. Hopefully they will today.
Well, what's the website so people can find you?
I believe, I'm not quite sure, it's www.pawsforfriendshipinc.org.
And how do volunteers get involved? Does the dog have to volunteer, or does the person have to volunteer?
First we volunteer, and then the dog goes to a facility to be tested to see how the dog behaves around the residents or whoever it is. So one of the senior people will come and check your dog out, make sure it's okay, and once it is, like with Lena, she was able to start going to places immediately.
And how do you know the dog's having a good time?
We can actually tell that because they're looking forward to going into the place when we get there. Lena knows exactly where she's going, and she just trots right in there. Plus, we also know it can be stressful for them because they really like to take a nap when they get home. So it's work for them too. But they love it, and it's great. And Lena's super at it.
I'd say Sugar would wag her tail, but she doesn't have one. But she does jump up, and just like Isabella said, when I get out her vest, she gets so excited, and she's jumping, and she can't wait, I can tell.
Well, it's very exciting. It's really been wonderful to have you here. Thank you for the performance. And there you have it, Pause for Friendship. We will be right back. Thanks for being with us. This is fun. All right, our next nonprofit for Give Day Tampa Bay helps out families who need to have reliable transportation to get to work, because that's important. And they contribute. Wheels of Success also helps out with maintenance and repair and it needs for families who have automobiles. And they're in Brandon. So let's go live to Brandon, where representatives from Wheels of Success are standing by with more information. This is very exciting.
Day. And for a second year in a row, Wheels of Success is presenting a vehicle because Give Day is about giving back to the community in many different ways. And today we were lucky enough to be able to partner with R&R Tire and Wheels, who has done the funding to make this vehicle roadworthy and get it out on the road to go to Amy, who you'll be seeing getting her car in a few minutes. It's all yours.
Susan, we appreciate the honor to get involved with your group, Wheels of Success. I think the core value that you guys have aligns perfectly with our business, where we try to help our customers that just need an opportunity to get something nice in their life, and working families being supported with transportation to get to school, to work, to soccer practice, whatever it is. We really believe in it, and we appreciate the honor to get involved. So it's our pleasure to award these keys directly to Amy.
Thank you, sir.
There we go, Amy.
Thank you.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes. I definitely would like to thank R&R very much for supporting the community, and Wheels of Success, Susan and Barbara, for everything that they've done. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay, so this is a brand new car. This is very exciting here, and we're gonna unveil this new car. Here it comes. Here's the countdown. Ready? 5, 4. 3,
so our cars are
2.
donated by people in the community, and they get refurbished. It takes an average of $3,000 to refurbish a car and get it back on the road. So this is her Saturn wagon. Amy's got 3 kids, so she needed to be able to fit them in the vehicle. Her travels to work now are taking her, when her mom can't help, about 2.5 hours to get back and forth. And now that's going to be cut down to about 20 to 30 minutes. So imagine your day if you were on the road 3 to 4 hours a day trying to get to work. That's what we hope to change and get people in a vehicle, thanks to the community, because we're just one of the wheels that keep the wheels turning. We need everybody else. Okay, so the car started, okay, which is a good sign, which it always does because it's got a new battery all the time. Yep. So we are going to let her drive off in a little while, but I'm going to let you, if you would, Vince, go over and take a picture with her.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, here we have it. There is another example of Wheels for Success,
Amy,
and a car and
so
transportation.
before you got the car, how did you get around?
I had help from friends and family. My mother was very instrumental in helping me out. My parents, and some coworkers for different events.
And you work for Hillsborough County Schools?
Yes.
With special needs students?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And you had to go from school to school?
Yes. I do go to different schools, different sites.
You did all that. We're so glad to help you out.
Yes, I really appreciate it.
All right. Yep. Okay. Can we close this door and let her drive? Yes. All right.
That's fantastic. Another great success story, and another family changed and someone's life made better. And all here thanks to Wheels of Success and Give Day Tampa Bay. And our next interview coming up is going to be with Glazer Children's Museum. We have the president of the Glazer Children's Museum here, Jennifer Stansel, who is with us here and live in the studio. It's great to have you here.
Great to be with you. I love being in the studio again.
You have background in public television,
don't
you?
I absolutely do. I love public television. I think this is a great example of the way public media can be used for community good. I applaud WEDU absolutely. This is a fabulous, fabulous gift to the community, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Now, you've been at the Glazer Children's Museum for just a few months.
Yes. In my 5th month now. Yes, and loving Tampa Bay and absolutely loving the Children's Museum and all that it means to our community.
Well, it is a remarkable institution. It's located right in the heart of downtown Tampa. And tell me what you've observed as someone who's come to it with fresh eyes about the response and the reception that that people who use the museum have had.
Oh, it has absolutely been fabulous. I mean, for me, one of the things that has been the hallmark of these early days is how we serve the community. And one of the things that is so striking to me is our social responsibility. And actually, I just left the museum to come here, and we were actually in our Free Tuesday. So as you know, every month we give away the museum to those families who can't normally afford it. And we're seeing 1,000 people today. So that's serving a huge community need and meeting our mission.
And I imagine in the summer it's even more busy because kids are out of school. So tell us about some of the programs that are there for the community.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're very excited about our programs. You know that our second floor is full of imaginative play where kids can try on identities from being a firefighter to being a veterinarian. And downstairs we have that whole gorgeous port, but we've also added a new exhibit that's new to all museums in the country. We're the first one to ever do it, and it's called the Small Lab. And it's a multimedia lab, of course, that allows you to feel like you're a game piece inside an iPad. So this motion capture lab is now on display at the museum, and you can participate for free in it every weekend.
Now, is the museum open is it geared towards certain age groups?
That's a great question. We want our museum to be for kids 10 and under, but we think of ourselves as a key gateway to all the cultural institutions and gems that we have, not only in the downtown corridor, but around the Tampa Bay area. So we're the ones who are getting those 6-month-old to 2-4-year-olds that are going to be going to the History Museum, going to be going to your science museums, the aquarium, the Museum of Art. We have great relationships because we're raising kids to then love all the museums in our cultural corridor.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's very important to have museums like Children's Museum and science and industry museums in the city to make them part of a vibrant learning environment and attractive to people to be here.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're emphasizing on Give Day is that education should be able to be accessed by all. And so one of the key things that we're promoting through our Give Day campaign is something called Sunshine Sunday. And Sunshine Sunday is a way for kids to learn who are on the autism spectrum disorder. So we completely transform the museum in terms of its sounds, its lights, and we also give parents new equipment and tools like weighted blankets and headphones so that kids who are on the autism spectrum can actually experience the museum just like every other child. So we know that learning is for all. We try to live that in our day-to-day mission.
So it's really beyond just what you would expect. Now, the name of the museum is the Glazer Children's Museum, and everyone knows the Glazers are very involved.
Yes,
with the
absolutely.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they own the... So I think some people may just assume, well, they've funded the whole thing. There's no real need to provide extra funds.
That is an incorrect assumption. The Glazers have absolutely been so philanthropic in their dollars, and we appreciate that. But actually, our gate receipts make up between 50% and 60% of our admissions. Plus, we're a private-public nonprofit. That means that we do have those private foundation dollars, we do have those private individual dollars, but we also rely on you, the community, to give back and help us complete our great operations through your gate receipts, through your memberships, and through your personal donations, like on Give Day.
Is it also possible for people to volunteer and be involved?
Absolutely. So we have a volunteer program for kids, 14 and all the way to seniors. So it's really important when we have those huge crowds in the summer that we have volunteers that have expertise, especially educational expertise, science, culture, art. We're here to make that a wonderful experience for the adult that volunteers, as well as those kids who have a sparkle in their eye every time they learn something new.
All right. And last question, what's the website?
www.glazermuseum.org and hashtag GCMKids.
Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us on
Thanks,
Give
Jeff.
Day. Okay. We're going to be back with some more guests on Give Day Tampa Bay in just a moment. Let's talk to some folks now who are experts on Give Day, how it works, and how we're doing so far today. Wilma Norton, you are here from the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay, and this is actually not the first time you've done Give Day. This is the third time. Tell us about the history of Give Day and how everything fits together.
Give Day started 3 years ago nationally as a day for community foundations to encourage their communities to rally around the nonprofits in a single day of giving. The first year we had 385 nonprofits and raised a little over $1 million in one day. Last year we had 550 and reached the $1.75 million mark. This year, in our third year, we've got 595 nonprofits who've been going all out. I can't tell you where we are right now in our giving exactly because nationally there's been some technical difficulties today, but I can tell you that before we started having those difficulties, well before noon, we were already close to $500,000, and we know a lot of our organizations have been collecting donations all day offline, and we have some offline gifts that people have sent in. So we're confident that we are still well over, even with the difficulties, well over that $1 million mark when we finish up today.
All right. So the website, which was up at the beginning of Give Day, went down all across the country, but we have a new website that people can now go to as an alternative to the Give Day website, and it's actually up on the screen right now.
That's right. The giveday.org website is still somewhat functional, but somehow throughout the country today, because of the volume and just all the people who were trying to give, there's been a slowdown that's made it difficult to give. And we certainly didn't want to penalize the nonprofits that have worked so hard. So we set up very quickly this afternoon this alternative, and it's another way that people can support. But we just want to say that every day should be Give Day in many ways, and so if for some reason you can't make your donation today, please do it tomorrow, please do it next week, please do it next month. Continue to support these great nonprofits.
Yeah, well, it really is remarkable what the Community Foundation has done here and nonprofits around the country, and as well as here, have done to create a whole level of synergy and energy about philanthropy, and I think that's a remarkable thing.
Well, the money is important, and having a big number at the end of the day makes us all excited and is important. But what we've seen here at WEDU today is also a big part of Give Day, giving nonprofits the opportunity to tell their stories about the great things they do. I mean, the Glazer Museum, who were just here, I had no idea they did this monthly thing for kids with autism. And we've had a parade of amazing nonprofits through here today, all with a fabulous story.
Right. And we're about to hear some more good stories. So we're going to go to our next guest in just a minute. We'll be back shortly.
Thanks.
Good. Okay, so here we are. We're going to talk about some really exciting folks. You've seen a great lineup of folks today who are here doing outstanding things in the community, people you may not know or hear about every day of the week. But here at Give Day, you get to hear some remarkable stories. And I'm here with Marilyn Robinson from Wheelchairs for Kids. Marilyn, I didn't know much about your organization before we got here, but tell me more about Wheelchairs for Kids. It's something that you started, right?
Yes, my husband and myself. We started it 5 years ago, and basically I've worked in children's charities and volunteering and so forth forever, and kept seeing kids in wheelchairs that were too small. They were falling apart, and I kept complaining about it, and my husband finally said, quit your job, move into the spare bedroom, and let's start this thing. We used his 401k to get it started.
You cashed in his 401k?
We did.
Wow, that's a leap of faith.
But it's been very rewarding.
Well, tell us
very
about
worthwhile.
how it's grown.
We've done over 200 kids, and we've got such great community support. Tampa Bay, I got to tell you, is amazing. I can't say enough good things about the community and the people here who give their heart, not just their hearts, but their funds and their time and everything else. We've been truly, truly blessed.
Well, how do you get your funds, and how do you get the wheelchairs, and how do you find the kids? How do you put it all together?
Well, most of the kids come to us through their physical therapists or through advocacy groups like MDA, UCP, Spina Bifida Association. They have an application they have to fill out, and someone from their medical team has to fill out part of it as well. And we do wheelchairs, but we also do home modifications, vehicle modifications, and assisted devices. So it's been a challenge, but somehow somebody always comes to the rescue, always.
And how do people know about you, and where do you get the funding sources?
Well, we have some events that we run each year at Ruth Eckerd Hall. We have a Wheelie Good Time, and that's an auction type thing. And we've been really fortunate in getting some really unique auction items. Last year we auctioned off a meet and greet with Billy Joel. The year before that it was a meet and greet with Paul McCartney. So we've had some really, really good support that way as well. Just this past Friday we had a jail and bail at Charlie's Steakhouse, which was fantastic. We arrest prominent citizens and throw them in jail, and they have to get themselves bailed out. And of course, community grants from family foundations, that type of thing, and just individuals. We have no government funding whatsoever.
And you're really changing lives. I mean, there are probably children that you have worked with whose entire lives were transformed, am I right?
Not just the children, their families as well. We actually had one little boy who, 13 years old, and had muscular dystrophy, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and his mom was showering him in the backyard with the hose because she couldn't get him in and out of the bathtub anymore. So we put in a roll-in shower and made life a little easier, like I say, not just for the child, but for the caregivers as well. There's a lot of lifting and so forth that we don't think about. If you don't have this situation in your own family, you're not going to think about it.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of different things like that.
And to be able to afford a good wheelchair is not a simple thing.
No, it's. I learned a lot when we started this. I should have learned how to weld is what I should have learned how to do. Because it's amazing. Just a basic wheelchair for a child usually runs in the area of $2,000 to $4,000 depending on what their special needs are. It's not going to be the wheelchair that you see in the emergency room. They have headrests and different support systems and tilt and so forth. So.
And you've helped over 200 children in just the past 5 years.
Yes.
Tell us about your website and how do people find out about you.
It's wheelchairs for the number 4 kids.org. If you use the word 4, you're going to an organization in Australia. So it's wheelchairs the number 4 kids.org. And they can reach us that way, or if they have a child that is in need, they can give us a call as well at 727-946-0963.
And do you have volunteers who work with you as well?
Yes.
So
Doesn't
people want to
everybody?
volunteer. Yeah, that's right. Well, this has been great. You're really obviously doing some tremendous service to the community, and even though your husband's cashed in his 401k, you're obviously living a great life, the two of you. Thank you
very
for what
rewarding.
you've done.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to WEDU and the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay for doing this. It's amazing.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to have some more folks coming out next on Give Day Tampa Bay. Wonderful. Okay, welcome back. We are here with more guests on Give Day Tampa Bay, and our guests this time around are from Parc of South Pinellas County. You may know Parc. Parc has been in this community for a long, long time, and we have Jackie Dryden to my left and Danny House, who is actually here to share some of his artwork, which we'll be talking about in a minute. Jackie, tell us about Parc of South Pinellas.
Yes, Parc is an organization that helps children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, basically so that they can experience life to the fullest. We offer a wide array of services such as residential care, transportation to actually get to our facility, life program skills for our adult population, child care, so our littlest children in the community have all the services they need, early intervention services, and much, much more. We have a horticulture program, a culinary arts teaching kitchen, an art studio, just a myriad of activities and services to help our clients do well.
How many people does Parc of South Pinellas serve?
On any given day, over 800 people are served, both on-site at the campus and also within the community.
It's very, very substantial. Now,
Yes.
Danny, you are here. You are an artist.
Yes,
you do your
yes.
artwork at Parc. Is a lot of art going on at Parc these days?
I do whole painting and Parc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you learned to paint? Was through Parc?
Yes.
Very nice.
We got some good staff over there.
Yeah.
Good help. People only help me out. He only do a good job there.
Well, that's fantastic.
All this staff.
All right. So they have great art teachers, art instructors, and I have seen over the years some outstanding artwork from Parc, and you brought some of your artwork here today.
Yes.
And we are showing those pictures on TV to our viewers. So tell me about the first about the one with the palm trees. You don't need to get up because the viewers can see it. So you tell me about it. Just
That Monet. Trees. I see in the book. Mohini. Time.
Right.
Real pretty colors.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks like Tahiti or Hawaii. It's,
Hawaii.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's another one next to that which is more impressionistic.
That Monet one.
Very nice.
Yeah, really pretty one.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful artwork. Now, Jackie, how big is the art program? Because over the years, I have seen lots of, in fact, I've bought artwork at different nonprofit events from artists at Parc.
Yes. Our art program is large and growing. We are very fortunate that we actually have the Florida-inspired exhibition. It's a traveling exhibit. Right now it's up at the Lipa Ratner Museum at St. Pete College, and it will have 3 other stops along the way through next spring, ultimately landing at the Capitol in Tallahassee next spring, and some of Danny's work is featured in that exhibit as well.
That's fantastic. It must be great to exhibit your art, no?
I got 2 paintings at the art show. 2 big, really nice ones.
Can we all come see it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, well, then we'll do that. Well, I want to thank both of you so much for being here today. And Danny, thank you for sharing your artwork with us. Beautiful. Yeah. And we will be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us. Okay, welcome back. You know, the good things never end, and you're about to hear another great story about a wonderful nonprofit here in the Tampa Bay area. That's the Kiddy Up Ranch. Now, I didn't know much about the Kiddy Up Ranch, but you're going to tell me, aren't you?
Yes. Kiddy Up Ranch is a non-for-profit therapeutic riding facility for children with special needs. So we have children with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, children with a broken heart. We have a little bit of everything. They may have educational goals, but the idea is that we use horses and animals to be able to reach their goals.
Tell me about what it is. We had dogs in here a few moments ago. What is it about animals that has such a profound impact?
Profound is really a great word for that. It's amazing to see the interaction that happens. There's no judgment, there's no condemnation, there's no expectation. At Kiddy Up, you know, that is their place, and the animals are just such an intricate part of the therapy. So a lot of the therapists have told us, especially an occupational therapist once said, it'll take us 20 minutes to get a child to regulate when they're at therapy. And when they get on that horse, it is instant. They are in the moment, and we are able to do whatever we need to do with them to help reach their goals.
How do people find out about Kiddy Up Ranch?
A lot of the therapists do refer to us, educators do as well, and a lot of word of mouth. We service over 70 children a week, so they get hour-long sessions with us, and so it's amazing to see what happens.
And how is it funded? Where do you get your funds for this?
Well, we do have a small class fee, which that only covers about 30% of what we do, and the rest comes from the support of our community. We have no government funding, and unfortunately, insurance does not cover recreational therapy. One day I will be in Tallahassee advocating for that. But it is one of those things that, you know, by doing this today is one of the ways that helps keep our program running.
Now, Tammy, you founded this, am I right?
I did.
And your daughter has been involved since the beginning with you.
My children have been amazing in supporting this vision and mission that I had to be able to put animals and children together. Right. So I had a heart for children with special needs ever since I was in 3rd grade. And so to be able to put the two together has been awesome.
Alexa, tell us about working with your mom on this since the beginning.
I mean, it's been inspiring. I mean, that's the word that's coming to my mind right now. I was in high school when she started it, and to really learn about community service and the power of volunteering. We hear about these great stories just like we are today, but to be an eyewitness to it is remarkable. And I'm currently hoping to aspire to, you know, do things to impact the community directly like my mom is, and what I'm witnessing here today. So,
well, that's great. It's powerful stuff. And the website is
www.kiddyappranch.org.
kiddyappranch.org. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll be back in just a moment with our lightning round. And this is the time when nonprofits get 30 seconds to tell us about their organization. And we're going to do that in just a few seconds. Great. All right, we are back. This is the lightning round. This is the time when nonprofits have just a few seconds to tell us about their organization and why you should support them on Give Day Tampa Bay, which is today. And the website is going to be on the screen in a little while. So we are talking with members of the Upper Tampa Bay Education Organization. Welcome here, Susan, Emily, and Yeet. Yesha.
Yesha.
All right, Susan, let's get started. Tell us, again, lightning round, so we've got to be quick.
I'll be quick. First of all, thank you for giving us this time, and we are really hoping that by being here today, more people will hear about the Upper Tampa Bay Education Foundation and take Give Day as an opportunity to help fund the technical scholarships and mini grants that we support in Pinellas and Hillsborough counties. Our organization started when a group of citizens felt like we needed to better prepare kids in our community to take positions in manufacturing and trade organizations.
Emily, can you tell me about some of the scholarships that are there? What kind of trades are we talking about?
Well, we have a joint partnership with AmSkills, and that program exposes middle school students into manufacturing and getting them excited about that industry. We also have high school students who are engaged in an apprentice program in the manufacturing industry. We also have scholarships that are awarded each year to high school students to send them off to college and further their education. Lastly, your funds today would support the STAR Mini Grant Program, which is a program for teachers who encourage students to achieve, be good citizens, and achieve in their school.
And you should tell us very quickly, we don't have much time, about a success story that you've seen.
Yes, success story that we've seen is that we actually have this Thursday, Cinco de Derby. We are going to be raising funds for our technical scholarships. Hope you guys can come. If not, Give Day Tampa Bay. Thank you so much.
And thank you all for being with us. That was fantastic. You did a great lightning round. And we will be back in just a minute to do more, but this concludes this hour of our Give Day Tampa Bay webcast. But stay with us. There are a number of outstanding groups yet to come. What a great day. Over 550 nonprofits who have been participating in Give Day, touching people's lives in hundreds of different ways. And here are a couple of organizations that you might want to look at that are outstanding, who are really making a difference in Tampa Bay.
In 1964, the Civil Rights Act had just passed, and several women from Clearwater were assisting students at segregated Pinellas High School to prepare them for college. They were tutoring them, and they were taking them to Clearwater High School that had courses that weren't offered at Pinellas High School. Then in 1965, those same women formed the College Fund Committee in order to raise funds to send those students that they had been tutoring to college. And so they selected the top 5 from the graduating class, and they all were accepted at colleges throughout the United States. In 1966, the organization was incorporated, and our role was expanded not only to African American students, but to all students regardless of race, creed, or national origin.
I'm thinking of one that we're currently supporting. In the interview, she turned out to be the valedictorian of her class. She was going to the University of Florida. She had been homeless for 1 year and had, some difficult struggles, but she never made less than an A. I mean, she just was incredible. And she worked part-time at a veterinary hospital because she wants to be a veterinarian. And we asked her what her hobbies were. She said, "Oh, I don't have any hobbies. I don't have time for that." She said, "I read Harry Potter books. That's about all the time I have." And she works and pays her way. So she's doing very well.
Yeah, many of these students are the first in their family to go to college. And of course, during the recession, a lot of families had lost their jobs. And so we had a lot more applicants during that period of time. And so it does mean a lot. A woman who we helped 20 or 30 years ago, we are now helping her son attend college as well. And but she has been able to have a success. She's a single mother, and she's been able to have a successful career. But they still didn't make enough money to afford college, which is nowadays, of course, very expensive. So we've had, and we've had many families that have written us after their students graduate to thank us. When we publish our newsletter or our brochure every year, we always include those thank you notes, and they're really quite rewarding.
Welcome to Give Day Tampa Bay 2016, live from the WEDU studios at the Berkman Family Broadcast Center.
And good afternoon and welcome to Give Day Tampa Bay 2016. My name is Rob Lurai and I'll be your host for the next hour of our live streaming webcast. We're here at the WEDU studios in Tampa with representatives from some of the more than 550 nonprofits who are participating in today's Give Day Tampa Bay. The theme of Give Day is Live Here, Give Here, and make